Okay, and so we are going to get triggy with it, and we are going to do trigonometry and take a look here at some trigonometric ratios. Off we go. Okay, so we spoke already about the use of trigonometry, and I suppose really that obviously in right angle triangles we have Pythagoras' theorem to help us to find an unknown side. However, we also have in right angle triangles these trigonometric ratios, and they can help us if we, for example, know the length of one side and an angle. It can help us to find other information. So we use these trigonometric ratios, so that's sine of an angle, sine of A, cos of A or cosine of A, or the tan of A, tangent of A. And we use those to find new pieces of information. So in order to help us, whether we're using sine, cos, or tan, we have a mnemonic to remember. So here we go. Okay, and that mnemonic is, oh hell, another hour of algebra. Now I know that's something absolutely none of you would say, but obviously it's going to help us here when it comes to sine, cos, and tan. Okay, as you can see, O is in blue, as is the opposite. H for hypotenuse is in, they're both in the same color again, and adjacent, same here, is in purple as another. So we're getting the picture, aren't we? So here for the sine of an angle, we know it's going to involve the opposite and the hypotenuse. The cosine of an angle is going to involve the adjacent and also the hypotenuse, and the tangent of an angle, is going to involve, well, the opposite and the adjacent. Okay, and so when we put them together, it's oh hell, another hour of algebra, and it's always sine, cos, and tan. And so all those numbers here that we have them, so sine of A, sine of the angle, is equal to the opposite over the hypotenuse. The cosine of an angle is equal to the adjacent over the hypotenuse, and the tan of an angle A is equal to its opposite length over the adjacent length. And that will give us, that we'd be able to find out a new piece of information. So whether we want to find out the size of the angle itself, or the size of a length of one of the sides of the right angle triangle. But very important for us to note that these trigonometric ratios are only applicable, or only work for us in right angled triangles. Okay, so pause the video, make sure you get those notes into your copy, again using those same colours, and then we're going to do a couple of examples together, and then you can do your learning check. Okay? Okay, so here we're asked to find sine, cos, and tan of the angle A here in the diagram. And so the first thing we're going to do, well, we need to label our sides. So always start off labeling the hypotenuse, which is the side opposite the right angle. So labeling that, I have here, I've got my HYP. Then the next one I'm going to label is the one that's opposite my angle. So here I have my opposite side. So OPP. And so then lastly, my third angle then is, or my third side is the adjacent. Okay, so that's the first part done. And then I'm going to see, well, what are the ratios? So in order for me to remember which side goes with which ratio, then I'm going to have to write out my sine, cos, and tan. And always start a trigonometry question with those written out. Okay, so here we can see, so from our mnemonic, oh hell, another hour of algebra, or our SOHCAHTOA, here we have sine of A is equal to the opposite over the hypotenuse, the cosine of A is equal to the adjacent over the hypotenuse, and the tan of A is equal to the opposite over the adjacent. So the first thing then, for the sine of A, I'm going to write down, well, what's the opposite? The opposite is 12. So sine of A is equal to 12, and the hypotenuse is 13, okay? Then the next one then I could have is the cosine. So the cosine of A, or the cos of A, well, that's equal to the adjacent. So adjacent to the angle A is the side that has a measurement of 5, and again the hypotenuse, always opposite the right angle, remains at 13. And then lastly, we have the tan of A, and the tan of A is equal to the opposite, which is 12, over the adjacent, which is 5. And that's our answer there. And funnily enough, you might notice there is a similarity, maybe, I suppose, between the tan and sine and cos. And so basically, the tan of any angle is equal to sine, the sine of the angle, divided by the cosine. So if you were to divide the answer here, 12 over 13, divided by 5 over 13, just check it out on your calculators now, you will get 12 over 5. So always the tan of an angle is equal to the sine of an angle divided by the cosine. Okay? Anyway, so that's our answer to those questions there. And so now we're going to have a look and see, use these trigonometric ratios to find new pieces of information. So here we go. So here in this question, we're asked to find, correct to one decimal place, the value of x. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do, we're going to label the sides of our triangle again. So here we've got the hypotenuse right opposite our right angle. Now, directly across from our angle itself is where x is, so that's the opposite, and then the last remaining side is the adjacent. Again, I'm always going to write out my formulas for my ratios before I start a question. So I know that sine of an angle is equal to the opposite over the hypotenuse, the cosine, the adjacent, over the hypotenuse, and the tan of an angle is equal to the opposite over the adjacent. Now, having a look again, I can see here, well, what sides are involved? I have my angle. I'm looking for this side here, x, which is the opposite, and here I have the hypotenuse. So I go back to my list here and I see, oh, opposite and hypotenuse, I'm going to use the sine of the angle here. So here I'm going to say sine of 31 degrees is equal to x, the opposite, over the hypotenuse. Now I want to get x on its own. So what do I need to do? I need here to multiply by 8. So I'll multiply here by 8 as well. And that's going to cancel these two. So now I know x is equal to 8 times sine 31. And so on my calculator, I'm just going to input that and I get an answer. I get x equal to 4.12. Now in the question, I'm asked to one decimal place. So I'm going to know that that's x equal to 4.1 centimeters, and that is my answer. Okay? All right. Okay, so we'll do another question. Okay, so here we're given an angle an angle of 48 degrees, a side x and another side 6 on a triangle. Okay, so again, we're going to label our sides. So here I start off and I have the hypotenuse. Here, I know that this side here is the opposite because it's opposite the angle 48. So this side down here at the bottom, the base, has to be the adjacent. And again, writing out my mnemonic to remember sine, cos and tan, it tells me that, oh hell, another hour of algebra tells me that sine of A is equal to the opposite over the hypotenuse, cosine is the adjacent over the hypotenuse, and the tan of an angle A is equal to its opposite side over its adjacent. So here I'm looking and I see, what have I got? I have a side involving the hypotenuse and a side involving the adjacent. So I'm going to use the cosine of the angle to help me to find what the hypotenuse is in this case. So off we go, and we're going to say, well, the cosine here. So the cosine, or the cos of A, and A in this case is 48, is equal to the adjacent, which is 6, over the hypotenuse, which in this case is x. Now again, I want to get x on its own, so I'm going to multiply here on top by x, which means I'm also going to multiply here by x. Now that cancels the x on this side, and in order to get x on its own, really, I'm going to divide here by the cos of 48 to get rid of it on this side. And so if I do that on that side, I have to do the same over here. So that leaves me basically, these two cancel, and I'm left with that x is equal to 6 over the cos of 48 degrees, or the cosine of 48 degrees. And putting that into my calculator, 6 divided by cos 48 is equal to, I get x equal to 8.966. Okay, and so solving that correct to one decimal place, that's actually, we're going to have to round it up, and so that's going to give me an answer of x equal to 9.0. And I'm just going to put a red box around that to show that it's my answer, and off we go. We're done with that question. Okay, so just make sure always we start these questions first by labeling our triangle, second by writing out our sine, cos and tan, what they're equal to, whether we use the OHEL another hour of algebra to remember, or whether we use SOHCAHTOA. Okay, and then we just solve, we get x on its own. So we'll do one more example. So here in this case, and again, we're going to label our sides of our triangle. So this time, well, opposite my right angle is the hypotenuse, so that's x in this case. Here, opposite my angle is the opposite side. So here I have 12 is opposite. So I'm just going to write here opposite, and so that shows me then that the base of my triangle is the adjacent. Okay, and solving there, again I'm going to write out what my sine, cos and tan are. So I know that their sine is opposite over hypotenuse, adjacent over hypotenuse for the cosine of the angle, and tan is opposite over adjacent. And so looking here again, here in this case I have the hypotenuse, or I want to find the hypotenuse, and I have the opposite. So I'm going to say that the sine of 45 degrees is equal to, the opposite in this case is 12 divided by the hypotenuse, which is x. And again, I want to get x on its own, so here I'm going to have to multiply by x, and so here I'm going to have to multiply by x. They cancel, and so now to get x on its own on this side, I need to divide by sine of 45. So I'm going to divide here by sine 45, and here I'm going to divide by sine 45, and they're going to cancel. So that leaves me with that x is equal to 12 divided by sine 45. And putting that into our calculator, sine of 45 degrees. And always we make sure when we're working in trigonometry that our calculator is in degree mode. So putting that into our calculator, we get 12 divided by sine of 45. Well, that's equal to 12 root 2. Okay, now we're asked to find it correct to one decimal place, so I need to solve that out here, and that's going to give me an answer of x equals so x is equal to 16.97, and so to one decimal place, again I happen to be rounding up here, so that's going to give me x equal to 17 centimeters, or whatever unit we're working with. And here I just put a red box over it to show that I'm finished. Okay, so for your learning check this evening, have a go at this question here. So in the triangle below, find correct to one decimal place the value of x. Okay, off you go.